And we're back with another edition of Webchat with the Warden. I'm joined by David Mayberry. A lot of things on the agenda this time around, including a withdrawal for an ask for funding from Alexandra Hospital.
Yes, it's probably a good news story. The hospital has figured out how to fund the replacement of their boiler on their own dime and through provincial assistance, and that's exactly what we want. The province should be paying for provincial issues or provincial concerns. So that's a good news one. So we're happy to see it.
Another thing from over in that part of the county, we're going to get an update on the Beachville Air Quality Assessment.
That's right. First of all, for council, there's an update report telling them where they are now and what are the steps forward. Part of the study has been done this fall, and the rest will be done in the spring and next summer. Also, the county is planning an information meeting for the 11th on Wednesday evening, following council. At 7 o'clock at the Colombo Club, and we're inviting all of the public to come. We'll be discussing actually both the air quality study, and we'll also be discussing where are we in the terms of reference for the landfill proposal.
So is this item from council sort of a preview of that meeting?
This is, it's mostly just to inform council to make sure that all council feels comfortable, they know where we are in the process, and it's an update, so if we're going to give it to the public, the council should see it first. So.
Another big ticket item that I know gets a lot of attention is garbage collection, and this is where council is going to decide possibly about bringing a 6-day cycle.
Yes, as everyone knows, the garbage contracts are coming due the middle of September this fall, and so we're trying to put in place contracts for the next 7 years. And so the question is, what kind of service does the county want? What do the people expect? What do they need? And trying to balance the needs of the community with good fiscal and environmental concerns. And so the recommendation from staff has been, when they look at the volume of garbage and how often it should be picked up and all of that, they're actually recommending a 6-day cycle of pickup for garbage, and at the same time co-collecting all of the recyclable material into a single stream. So the big advantage is that it will save probably somewhere a little over 40% of the fuel and therefore the greenhouse gas emissions that we're creating now in the system we're using. And also it'll work out to a little over $1,000 a day on savings in the cost of actually operating the system, which theoretically will mean that the price of bag tags won't have to go up for the next few years.
And I know that garbage is something that you're always fairly vocal about in meetings. Is this something that you have received a lot of calls about?
Actually, interestingly, I haven't received any calls or emails, and I've actually been quite surprised that people wouldn't be more vocal about it, either in support or opposition. And the fact that I haven't got any calls is kind of interesting. I think that people are going to see the big benefit in recycling, and in fact, if I think back over the years, the biggest complaint I've had in Southwest Oxford has always been we want more recycling. And so if we give more recycling, can we give less garbage service? The big issue will be around people getting used to the idea that my garbage day changes. And as was pointed out by one of the councillors at the last meeting, that, well, if the garbage day changes and I put it out, I'll only put it out a day early rather than a day late, which I suppose is one way of looking at it. I think we'll have good discussion at the council. I think we're well aware of the need to be able to effectively inform the public as to when they need to put their garbage out. And I think there'll be a few challenges if the council decides to go this way. I think there'll be a few challenges as we start. But people are very intelligent. They'll figure out a system that works for them, and we want to assist in any way we can.
So at this point, that's just staff's recommendation for 6 days, and it's still up to council on Wednesday morning to decide.
Wednesday morning, they'll decide whether they want 6-day or 5-day. We do need to get this decided and get it back to the people that are applying for the jobs, sort of, through the tender process, and so that they have the opportunity then to designate what do they actually need as far as equipment and manpower, and then have that in place by the middle of September. So it takes a while to order trucks and get them in and that sort of thing. So.
Wonderful. And the other thing is there's going to be sort of a transfer of land from the city to the county, the Tecumseh Street property?
Yes. So as most people know, the Bluebird bus line facility on Tecumseh Street was taken over by the city for a lack of paying taxes. And part of that land is right adjacent to the Woodstock treatment plant. There is part of a building on there that needs to be removed, and so the county is willing to take over that piece of property for future expansion if needed for the water treatment plant, and at the cost of basically removing the building so that there's no future liability or danger to the community. So that's where we're on that one. We'll see what happens.
And this is the same building that there's an application for a medicinal marijuana facility, correct?
Immediately adjacent to it, yes. So part of the property will go to the county, and part of it is being proposed for medicinal marijuana. So we'll see what happens. It'll be an interesting development as well.
So a lot of great things coming up Wednesday morning, 9:30 here at County Council Chambers. David, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Have a good week.